everyone. Welcome to Calculus 1, aka MAT 220. My name's Alexandra Grosetta, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. I'm a brand new faculty member here at CGCC, but I'm not new to teaching math. I've been teaching math for over 13 years at a local high school, and teaching calculus is one of my favorite courses to teach. So I am so excited for this semester to begin and to meet all of you next week. Uh, but before the semester begins, I thought I could make this little video for you to introduce myself, show you my face, and then also show you a few things that you need to be aware of before the semester begins so that we can have the most successful semester possible. So this is a hybrid course, and in it being a hybrid course, there is a few things you need to be aware of. It does mean that we're only meeting one day a week in class together, and so you are going to be responsible for learning some math online and doing maybe more online work than would be required of a more traditional class setting. The advantage is that we only have one fixed meeting time, and so then you sort of can pick when you do those other weekly assignments. uh, some things to be aware of: I run a very active learning math classroom, so don't be surprised if that first day you come in and almost immediately you're going to be going up to whiteboards with classmates and doing math. Research shows that actively engaging in that math learning process through, discussion, productive struggle, deep thinking is going to help you be more successful in sort of mastering the material. And, initially it might seem a little scary and nervous, but, together we can do this. And by the end of the semester, you will be so surprised what you can do. Um, so just, we're going to be, using our full class period to just sort of engage and talk and do math. Um, and it makes for a really fun math class. Um, so now that you sort of know that, we also need to be aware of what's expected for us to do online. And so we're going to hop on over to Canvas, and I'm going to show you a few things that you need to take a look at before next week so that we can sort of hit the ground running when I see you in class for the first time. All right, so welcome to our Canvas course. I'm going to show you around and highlight a few things that you need to check out before coming to class next week. So one of the first things that you should take a look at is our concourse syllabus, and you can access it right over here on the left side of your screen. And if you click on it, it's going to take you to a very, 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 very long document. And you need to read through it. Some of it should be the same in all your classes syllabus, but some are unique to this class, sort of explaining what is the expectation in this being a hybrid course. And you can sort of see that right here. It talks about when we're meeting. We're going to be meeting once a week, and we're going to be meeting over in Choya 208. And so I look forward to seeing you all there next week. I want to draw everyone's attention to the contact information. The absolute best way to get in contact with me is either email or messaging through Canvas. And my email address is right here. So I will try and respond to your email as quickly as possible. I might be busy at the exact moment, but I'll get to you as soon as I can. You'll also see my office hours. So my office is over in Estrella 221, and I'll be holding office hours 3 different days during the week and sort of different times a day. So I'll have office hours Monday afternoon from 3:30 to 4:30, Tuesday in the morning from 8:30 to 9:30, and then Thursday sort of in the morning, 10 to noon. And then sort of the rest of the week, it's by appointment. So like reach out to me in email, like if none of those times work and you're like, could you come in, and meet with me Friday morning, or maybe Wednesday super early, or just let me know. I probably can make it work. Or if none of those times work and you're like, I'm only free in the evenings, shoot me an email. Maybe we can set up sort of a WebEx appointment, and we can sort of walk through whatever problems you're having. But do not be afraid to reach out and ask for help. That is going to be a huge way to make sure that you're successful in this course. And if you sort of keep going through the syllabus, and I'm not going to read all this to you, you'll notice that like the competencies, what we're going to learn this semester, sort of spelled out for you. I do want to draw your attention to materials because this is exciting. You do not have to buy a textbook for this course. It is a free online textbook that you can get access to today if you want to. And the link for it is right here. And it's sort of that welcome page has a nice sort of explanation about how the textbook works and how it's set up. And if you prefer, you can order a print version of the book or a PDF version of the book. But one of the advantages of the online version is it will have links in there to like videos or interactive things that you just wouldn't get on the print resource. And it's amazing that it's free. And so more things, materials, we're going to be using apps. You do not need to buy a calculator for this course. We will use Desmos, but you probably want to make sure that you have Desmos on your phone or computer if you don't already, just so that you have ready access to that sort of calculator. All right. Major assignments and activities is another area because this is going to talk about sort of how your grade's going to be based. I'm not going to read it all. This goes into great depth. But just so you're aware, the week of our course each week is sort of split into sort of different sections, and those different sections relate to how your grade will be made. So each week there's going to be some assignments that you need to do before I see you in class. And the purpose of those assignments are going to be to sort of make sure that we have some baseline knowledge before coming in and doing some other problems. It might be some algebra review. It might be some calculus review from stuff we did earlier in the semester, but it's definitely there designed to sort of set you up for success. Obviously, then we're going to have in-class stuff that we're going to be doing. You need to be in class in order to engage in that math talk and other things. And so, yes, there will be in-class assignments that we will do together. And then there's the after-class assignments, the homework from the textbook, other worksheets, other online activities that you will be expected to do. Those after-class assignments are also substituting for our second class meeting in the week. So, you should expect a substantial amount of work that you'll be expected to do online. Throughout the semester, we're going to have 4 quests. I like to think of that as halfway between a quiz and a test. Those will be in person, in class. And so we will have those sort of 4 times a year, and it's spelled out for you on our class calendar when those will occur, and I'll remind you in class, and I'll put it in a Canvas announcement so they shouldn't take you by surprise at all. And then we're going to have both a midterm and a final exam. The midterm should fall about halfway through the semester, and the final, obviously, is the last meeting of the semester, just to make sure, we've learned everything that we need to learn. And, there's more and more stuff and all the various policies and all that fun stuff in this syllabus. And I want to draw everyone's attention to down here, the course calendar. So yes, there's the Canvas calendar and it will tell you when things are due. But if you sort of want a more general idea and you want to see the big blueprint, I created this class calendar in Google Calendar, and I'm going to be updating it weekly. And it gives you sort of a sense of what stuff is due when. And you'll notice that it's broken up to those before class assignments. And so these will always be due the night before class, at midnight. They're the intro stuff, the stuff that's going to prep you for class the next day. And then in this sort of darker green column will be the ideas and the topics that we're going to be talking about during class. And so you sort of get what are we going to be learning this week? You could look here. And then 2 days after class, the next set of sort of assignments are going to be due. And, I've sort of spaced it every 2 days. You're going to have something. The idea that then it's not like everything's due one night, but you can sort of manage your time throughout the week. And so these 2 days after class assignments, they're going to often be slides or textbook readings, that are going to maybe learn some additional material that we didn't quite cover during class time. On top of that, there's going to be a check for understanding quiz. Those check for understanding quizzes you can take as many times as you want. I'm in sort of a like touch base of after I went through that slide deck and watched these videos, or after I looked over the textbook section, how am I doing with this material? Do I still have questions? Do I need help? Do I need to maybe rewatch a video? Do I need to, do something to better learn the material? And then 2 days after that, um, basically you're going to have another after class assignment, and that's your sort of homework, your learning tasks. It might be a worksheet, finishing up a worksheet you were given in class, or it could be homework out of the book. And I'll be looking over those homework assignments and then trying to give you feedback before I see you in class again the next time. And it will be repeating. And you'll notice I've put our assessments, the quests, and when the midterm's going to be in red, so you can already look ahead and see when those are going to be. Sort of pacing ahead. But the rest of the calendar is blank, partly because I want to see sort of how we're doing and pacing of things. Things are subject to change. And so this isn't a Google document because it will just update when we're ready to have it update. All right. So let's go back to Canvas. And take a sort of look at things. So right now, only 2 modules are open, Module 0 and Module 1. And each week I'll open up a new module for you so you sort of can see the week. And there are some things that you need to do before the first week, and those are sort of all within this Module 0, and I'm going to come back and talk about that at the end of the video. But in general, I just want you to be aware of how a typical module in this class looks like, so that you sort of know what to expect. First, there's going to be a sort of welcome video that will talk about what we're learning in this module, big ideas. It's optional. You don't have to watch it, but you can. It will sort of go into more depth about what to expect within each of those sort of areas within the module. And then this is sort of an important part. This is the review math. This is going to be typically a before class assignment that you need to do before you come and see me that week. This first week, it's a little bit of algebra review on functions and rates of change. It is an online assignment. You can complete it. You can retake it. There's some videos here if you need some video review about function notation that might help you with being more successful on that online assignment. And then even within that review assignment, there are like videos that you can watch to sort of help better prepare. And then after the review the math, you'll see the learn the math. These are our links to, like, this is a link to the section of the textbook that we're sort of focusing on this week, along with the sort of slide deck that we're using in class, and any sort of maybe notes or summary things that we came up with in class, and then an additional sort of slide deck that for you to sort of explore on your own. And then within that slide deck, there are videos with various calculus teachers talking to you about the math that you're sort of expected to learn on your own that week. Here's your check for understanding quiz. You can take it as many times as you want. It's sort of to gauge how you're feeling for the week. And then down here are what I like to call our learning tasks. So our learning tasks are what you might think of as your homework for the week. This first one is going to be based off a worksheet that I'm going to give you during class time, and then here are some textbook problems. You will notice that, yes, the textbook solutions are there. It's a resource there to help you sort of in case you get stuck or need help. These learning tasks are what's going to be due sort of at the end of the week, sort of earlier in the week before class. So review the math as before class, learn the math as like immediately after class, and then the learning tasks would be end of the week sort of section as we work through the course. Now, going back up here to Module 0, let's talk about what you need to do before you show up next week. First off, check out the syllabus, as I said, and then you'll notice right here there's a syllabus acknowledgement form to say, yes, I've read it, yes, I understand it, I know what's expected of me. The Welcome to Calculus is sort of a slideshow going through basically everything that I'm talking to you right now. And then one of your first assignments is going to be sort of an introduce yourself slide. And so I'm going to click over here so you can sort of see it. Basically, we're going to create a little slide deck that's going to be everyone in the class so we can get to know each other before we actually meet in person. And so you're going to use the template that's on the next slide. And you're going to basically introduce yourself. You're going to, talk a little bit about yourself, maybe some interesting things you do for fun, where you come from, include some pictures of yourself, and then sort of come back and revisit this so you can sort of get to know everyone else within the classroom. So you'll see sort of like, here's mine, here's a little description of myself, here's lots of pictures of my family, and my little puppy dog, Rudy. And you can read about me and sort of fun things. You'll also notice that I ask for what you're planning to major in, so I can sort of use that information to sort of plan instruction and maybe highlight some things if I know a little bit about where you're planning to go with this course. And if you're thinking like engineering, can you be more specific than just engineering? What type of engineering are you looking at going into? All right, let's go back to so that's the introduce yourself. That is due before class, along with the syllabus acknowledgement and the review activity. You'll also notice here we have a creating PDF on your smartphone. That's going to be due after class. I just want to make sure that everyone has the ability to use their smartphone, take a picture, turn the document into a PDF, and then submit it on Canvas, because that's how you're going to be turning in homework to me. So I just want to make sure up front that we all can do that. Some other resources that are here. Here's another link to the textbook. Here's another link to the class calendar in case you don't want to weed through the syllabus for them. And then down here, you'll notice I have the all about math tutoring. So on campus, we have a learning tutoring center, and they have a room specifically devoted to calculus. And so here are the hours when it's open. And if you can't come in person, they do have virtual math tutoring, and the sort of hours those are available. So this is hugely beneficial. Don't be afraid to get help. They're available a lot more often than I'm available. And so use it. It's a resource and they know their math. So don't be afraid. The tutoring's there. And I think that sums up our Concourse Welcome to Calculus tour. I am so excited to meet all of you next week, and I can't wait to start our math journey together. I will see you all soon.